Hi, my name is Gabby, and I wanted to make this story quite short, but I wanted to explain my miscarriage and how everything is going and how everything is, and I wanted to share with the young people out there who are going through the same thing I am, that it's okay to feel depressed, it's okay to feel unhappy, it's okay to cry, it's okay to be who you are, and how you grieve is your process um, of yourself, and it's no one else's choice to tell you how you're supposed to grieve and how everything's supposed to do, because it is a loss. It is something that you actually loved and wanted to, take care of one day. So I wanted to share my story, and here it goes. My name is Gabby, and I am 20 years old. Of course, I'm not ready for a child. I am still in college, and I am still trying to become successful. And my boyfriend is the same age as me. He just turned 20. And we weren't expecting this, we weren't planning it. It was just something that happened. So my experience with the doctors were horrific. I will never go back to the doctor's office the gynecologist that I've ever went to ever again. I will never go to the place where I got my ultrasound ever again. I had the worst experience of my life, and I will never think of ultrasound tech people the same. I will never think of doctors the same. They were all so rude. I had gotten I had taken no, I had taken two pregnancy tests, and they both came out positive. When they found out they came out positive, I told my boyfriend, and he was, upset in the beginning, but then, you get upset, but then you get excited, like, oh my God, what can we plan? What are we having? Like, are we having a girl? Are we having a boy? All that stuff is so exciting. And when I went to the doctor's office, they told me that they had me come back twice to do the blood work test, because they said the lady was on lunch, and she actually told me she was not on lunch, that they lied to me in the front, that she could have taken me, and that's why I was so upset, like, wow, these people suck. And after I got my blood taken, I had called them. They told me not to call them, that they would call me. And I was like, well, I didn't get that news. And I'm like, fuck that. They're being so rude to me. And I let them call me, and they called me like 3 hours later and said that my pregnancy test was positive. And I had asked them what was the next step, like, where should I go? And they told me, we can make an appointment June 8th. Mind you, it's the end of April. I'm not waiting. I'm not waiting 2 months just to get not even an ultrasound, but just to see my baby. I mean, just for you to talk to me about how a pregnancy should go, and and give me blood work and all that stuff. Like, I want to see the baby, make sure it's okay, because I already figured that I was 9 weeks pregnant. I mean, at that point, I was 6 weeks, but now I was supposed to be 9 weeks and 6 days. And when I had scheduled that, I had told my sister, like, look, these people are being so disrespectful and rude. They were talking to me nasty on the phone. Where did you get your blood work done? I'm like, duh, dumbass. I got it in your fucking office. You should have that fucking information. Excuse my language, but it pisses me off. And they had very nasty mouths. Like, they were very nasty, yelling. And I understand you have a long day, but I have a long day too, and I'm pregnant, and you shouldn't stress me out like that. You know what I mean? And after that whole situation happened, we waited for a few days. I was very anxious, wanted to see the baby, make sure it was okay. So when I had went to the doctor's, I had asked my sister if she can ask one of her friends to get me appointments sooner, because one of her friends worked there. And she was like, yeah, sure. And one of her friends ended up calling me and said, look, you have, I can make you an appointment sooner, and I can get you an ultrasound sooner. And I was like, okay, great. I was like, when would the ultrasound be? She said the ultrasound would be May 16th, and that's the day before my boyfriend's 20th birthday. He was like, May 16th around 12:30. And I was like, okay, no problem. So when I go to the ultrasound place May 16th, the lady did not let me look at the baby, did not let me see the video. I had to go pee so bad that I told her, like, look, I'm gonna pee on this this bed that I'm laying on. And she was like, okay, I'll just go get we can just use the probe instead, and we can look at it that way. So then she has my boyfriend look at the baby. She goes, see, there's the baby. And I had took a picture of the ultrasound while she was gone. And mind you, she didn't tell me anything, which I understand she probably couldn't say anything, but at least let me look at the fucking computer. She had it all to herself. Like, that's not professional. Like, if I was a tech like her, I would definitely make my patients feel comfortable. So after that whole situation happened, I was just devastated. Like, I was like, damn, I didn't even really get to see our baby for the first ultrasound. Like, this sucks. And my boyfriend was like, yeah, but everything will be fine. I'm like, well, aren't you supposed to hear a heartbeat? And he was like, yeah, I think you are. I was like, yeah. And I was already 9 weeks. And he was like, yeah, you're right. And I was looking at the picture that I had took, and on the baby, it said the baby was 8 weeks and 0 days, and on the top it said I was 9 weeks and 6 days. So I got alarmed, and I showed my sister. My sister showed her nurse friend, and she had said, no, everything looks fine, you must have miscalculated your period or whatever. So when I go into the doctor called me the next morning and told me to show up at 10 o'clock in the morning. So I did. And when I did, the doctor told me, look, I'm glad I had the doctor that I did, because he was very uppity, and he was like, hey, look, you did have a miscarriage, and that just means that the chromosomes weren't right, and your body basically wanted a do-over. And it's okay that you have a miscarriage. Your body's completely healthy. You can try again. Just wait a few periods after to have another child, and to take it day by day. And if I wanted to do the D&C. Well, I am sitting here 4 days later after my ultrasound, and they still haven't called me for the D&C. I've called them multiple times trying to make an appointment for the D&C, and they said they would get back to me. They haven't called me. I'm very disappointed, and I don't know like what I should do next, but I just wanted to share my story and try to help other women. Like, I basically still have a dead baby inside of me, and of course I'm upset, and I already grieved the way I should have. Like, in the beginning I was crying hysterically. I was upset, sad, because you plan everything ahead of time, and you're like, yeah, I'm having a girl, or I want a boy, and you tell your friends and you tell your family, and they're like all excited for you, and then you get disappointing news. It's like, damn, only if this baby could have lasted, only if I would have took better care of myself. But it's not my fault. It's not. It's the way our bodies and our eggs and his sperm was, and unfortunately it's something that I can't control. It's something that God wanted, and something that he has control of. So it's nothing that I can help. I just pray and pray that my baby is safe up in heaven, and that we all get to, experience life at one point. Like, I want to have another kid, just not right now. I don't think I'm ready. And if God let me have a miscarriage, that means I just definitely wasn't ready for it. Like, I definitely want to finish college and continue with my degree and become better. But to everyone out there, I just know that you're not alone, and know that everything will be okay. And if you are healthy, you can definitely have another child. And the doctor told me that it was only an 85% chance that you can have a normal, healthy baby next time. So that brings a lot of hope for me in the future. And I just want to tell everyone out there that don't feel bad, because you probably can have another child, and everything works out the way it's supposed to. Thank you for watching, and if you guys want an update of my D&C when I do get one, just let me know in the comments below.